Hey everyone. Of course, I first wish you well during these difficult times, pandemic and otherwise. Wishing you safety, optimism, nice things like that, regardless of your level of involvement. But anyway, May recently ended, so time to talk a bit about what I got over the month. First, from Viz Media, the second volume of Transformers the manga. Nice hardcover. And continuing the official English translation release. Includes the one-shot The Decisive Battle of Planet Beast, as well as the story arcs covering the Headmasters and Master Force franchises. Story by Masumi Kaneda, art by Ban Megami, presented in black and white, about 260 pages of story material, and then around 80 pages of bonus art and whatnot. I haven't read the first volume yet, but I figure it's good to be patient with these, considering I think the third and final volume is expected for October now, so I don't really need to be in a rush to get through volumes 1 and 2. But I am looking forward to checking out the kind of goofy but still really interesting interpretation of these series in classic manga form. My first new Criterion release for the month was Dance Girl Dance, released in 1940, directed by Dorothy Arzner. It's kind of show business, rivalry drama between two chorus girls, a starry-eyed dancer, and a brassy gold digger. Sorry, dancer, gold digger. Besides still giving, female directors nice attention with my purchases, also found it really interesting to check out a movie with a young Lucille Ball before her TV stardom and all that. So that'll be really, really nice. As always, for each month, a good 6 booster packs of the Transformers trading card game from Wizards of the Coast. 3 from Wave 3 Siege 1, and another 3 from Wave 4 Siege 2. Each pack with 1 large foil and 1 small foil, Transformers character card, and 6 battle cards. With that, my character card gets our Sergeant Skywarp and extras of Private Tote, Captain Wheeljack, Raider Blowpipe, Private RC, Raider Laserbeak, a new get of Private Greenlight, and an extra of Private Dazzle Strike, then Sergeant Springer and the top half component of Sergeant Six Gun, then Sergeant Mirage and an extra Raider Rumble. Back to some comic purchases now, with retail things like that getting back into the rhythm. From IDW, there's issue 6 of Transformers Galaxies, written by Kate Leth and Cohen Edenfield, art by Alex Milne, continuing Cliffjumper's off-world adventure, kind of getting past his history of like leaving no impression or being confused for Bumblebee, while facing off against his now bloodthirsty superior Deathsaurus, depicted on the cover as like a stained glass depiction, just for dramatic purposes. Sorry. The first issue of, I believe, a 4-issue miniseries, rather than the usual 5. But for both IDW and Dark Horse, Transformers versus the Terminator. Sorry if that doesn't show up well. A little too bright. Story by David Marriott, Tom Waltz, and John Barber. Written by David Marriott and John Barber, with art by Alex Milne. I guess kind of a spoiler just for the first few pages. It's quite a different take in which Skynet genuinely is helping humanity in the future, because the Autobot and Decepticon war wrecked the planet, and now a Terminator is sent back in time to try to prevent them from, waging their conflict and messing things up. I have kind of a loose knowledge of the Terminator franchise, so this reinterpretation will probably be just really suitable for me. Back to movies and stuff. There's the newest Pixar movie, Onward. Heard great things about it. Takes place in kind of a modernized fantasy world where the age of magic has had its day. But two, I believe they're elves. You have 2 elf brothers go on an adventure in the hopes of having a brief reunion with their late father. I've heard a lot of great things, really fun, really heartwarming. Has that kind of enjoyment and relatability as the great Pixar movies do. In TV, on DVD, there's The Good Place, the final season, or oddly enough, different on spine, the complete 4th season. Sort of afterlife, fantasy sitcom, wrapping things up where the main character, Eleanor, gains the role of the architect to sort of plan out a new morality test environment, a new good place. Going from the title. Still doing catch up, but I'm really looking forward to it. I've heard this kept things going really well, and the finale was really good. My second Criterion purchase, new release, Scorsese shorts. Directed by, of course, Martin Scorsese. With releases spanning from 1963 to 1978. I believe it's 2 kind of documentary shorts and 3 fiction ones. Italian American boy. Sorry. The Big Shave. It's Not Just You, Murray. And What's a Nice Girl Like You Doing in a Place Like This? Part of me kind of wishes it covered those years fully in order with what he made during that time. It's a little more scattered, but I've heard it actually makes it a bit of a better kind of snapshot of his development as a filmmaker. And also, I guess if it helps, the shorts, I think they totaled to a little over 2 hours. So basically, 1 movie. And the final movie purchased for May is The Invisible Man, the recent kind of reimagining of the classic sci-fi story with taking place in the present day. Elizabeth Moss plays a woman who escapes her abusive ex-boyfriend, and soon after he's declared dead, but strange, unsettling events point to him somehow faking his death and coming up with a way to be invisible, basically just as a means to abuse her even further. From the trailer, I thought this looked really good, even as someone who's not personally one for most horror. And I guess just a bit of a precaution if you are especially sensitive to things like relationship abuse and stuff. I've heard this can be especially intense. Sorry, I've been tripping over my words quite a bit. But with that, I think it's, in a way, an even more impressive movie for that, to kind of show real world horror in kind of a fantastic light like this. So yeah, that's all I got for the month, but as always, as often as it's a pretty nice assortment. Manga and comics, card game, and some movies and TV. And like in the opening, again, I wish you well through these ongoing complicated situations in the world. Be safe. Keep looking forward. But with that little sign off and greeting, or whatever, sorry, I'll see you in early July to talk about the June purchases. See you later, folks.